What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So today this is the look that we are doing. I wanted to do a nice simple warm look appropriate for work, school, whatever it may be. I really want to focus on keeping my looks nice and simple because I feel like that is what's practical for everyone. So let's go ahead and get going. The first thing I'm doing is filling in my brows. This is a brow pencil from Ulta by Eylure, and I like to start up under my brow and then the top to carve it out, and then I'll just go through with small strokes to fill it in. The most important part for your brows is taking that spoolie and pulling it through to blend your brows. That is crucial. That is the only way that you can get the brow to look nice and blended and natural. After that, I'm just going to take a Morphe S6 and the Kat Von D concealer to clean up under my brows. This concealer is the bomb. I love it. It is so close to my skin tone and it makes everything look nice and natural because you know I don't like an overly highlighted look. I like more of a natural glam, if you will. So next I'm taking same concealer, same brush, and I am priming my eyes with it. Make sure that if you're using a concealer to prime your eyes, especially in the crease for the transition color, set it with the powder. That way everything will blend nicely. And I'm just using the Maybelline powder to go ahead and set that. Next, I am grabbing the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This is my favorite palette of the moment. This is bomb for the fall. It's got a lot of mattes, which I love, and it's got some shimmers. So I'm taking a MAC 224 and I'm taking the shade Burnt Orange, which you can't even see on me that well, but I'm just using it for a transition color. Transition color is key because it's going to help you blend out everything nice and seamlessly. After that, we're going to go in with the shade Real Gar. I know in one of my other videos, I think when I first used this, I called it regular. It's called Real Gar. But this is a beautiful shade. It is like this burnt orangey shade, and it is just perfect on brown skin women of color, especially if you're someone that loves more on the warmer side. Especially if you're someone more on that loves the warmer side of eyeshadows, this is perfect. And then the Morphe brush that I'm using, I can't think of the name of it, but I've had this brush for a while and I've been loving it to put in my crease. But it's like a tapered blending brush. It's not quite as big as a 224, but I'll be sure to go ahead and pop that below for you guys. Now the key with really making your shadows pop is blending. So add it, blend it out, add it, blend it out. So I'm just really making sure I'm building up this shade so that way I can get a nice intensity going. So now that I got my crease looking the way I want, I'm going to grab a flat brush. I like to use a MAC 247. You use whatever is appropriate for your eye shape. And I'm going in with the shade Golden Ochre. I love this. It's kind of like a yellow beigey mustard tone. It looks like that in the pan, but of course, you know, on my eye it pops off a little lighter, but it's more of a satin, I believe. It's a matte, and it has a little bit of a few gold reflexes in it, but not too much. So I mean, I think I'd consider it more of a matte shade, but I am just putting this all over the lid and flicking it out. This eyeshadow look is super easy. That's why I wanted to show it to you guys. I'm literally only using two shades, basically a crease color and then something to go all over the lid. You don't have to do all these crazy colors in order to get a bomb eye looks. Most of the times I feel less is always going to be more, so don't stress yourself out. Don't think that you need all these colors and brushes. You really don't. Two brushes, two colors, and you're good to go. So next I'm just blending those two together so that way everything kind of has a gradient to it. And then of course, you know, blend out as much as you need, and that portion of it is done. Two colors, bam, that's it. So I didn't want to use any eyeliner today. I wanted to make it look nice and natural and soft. I'm just taking another Morphe S6 brush that I have, and I am just taking the color Cypress Umber. It's a dark brown, and I am working that as close to my lash line as I can. This is a great way to kind of smoke out your eyeliner if you want. I've really been into using eyeshadow instead of liner just to kind of give it a different look. And also, if you're someone that has smaller lids, I always recommend using an angle brush and eyeshadow for your liner, just simply because if you already have smaller eyes, when you take a dark liner or something that's black and you try to line your eye, sometimes it can black out your eye and make it look smaller. So this is a great way to kind of add more dimension to your eye without going in with a full-on liner or gel liner. Another thing that I like about using the shadow instead of liner, the shadow gets closer to the lash line, I feel. So if you feel like you're someone that always has that gap in between your natural lashes and the falsies, put on some shadow and that'll really close in that gap and you won't be able to tell. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put on some Ardell Demi Wispies and we're moving on to the face. For my primer, I decided to go in with L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. This is a great primer. If you are someone that has huge pores, you'll love it. It'll fill it right up for you. It controls the oil. You can use this without any makeup. You can put it on over, on top, whatever you want to do. This is a great product. After that, I'm going in with some BB cream. I'm using the Black Radiance BB Cream, and my shade is chocolate, I believe. I have to double check that. But with the BB cream, because it is a little bit more watery consistency, I like to use a stippling brush. So I'll go in and still put that all over my face. And then once I have that on, I'll grab a sponge. Not damp, because it's already a BB cream and you don't want to take away too much of the product. So I'll just take a dry sponge and then just kind of, blend everything out. After that, up under the eyes, I'm going back in again with the Kat Von D concealer. Like I stated earlier, love it. I like to do one side at a time. I've always done that with all my concealers. I just feel like whenever you go ahead and put the concealer everywhere, no matter what kind of concealer it is going to dry up on you and then it's going to be harder to blender. So I like to do one eye at a time and then blend it in with a damp beauty blender. Next up, I am taking a Real Technique setting brush, which is perfect for up under the eyes, and I'm just setting everywhere with the concealer. So I have a new powder that I've been using, and it is so bomb. It is the Maybelline Better Stay Skin Powder. I use that under my eyes and to set all over my face. This is perfect if you have oily skin. I highly recommend it. I'm so happy I found a drugstore powder because I don't really have one that I love gun-ho, but this is great. So after I have my face set, I did a little singing, a little dancing, I'm going to go ahead and use some bronzer. This CoverGirl Queen Bronzer in Ebony Bronze is everything to me. I love it. I'm so glad I bought it. This is probably one of the best purchases makeup wise for me of 2016, and I'm just using a Sephora angled blush brush, and I'm just going in and bronzing up my skin. I'm not doing any strong structured contour, just enough to bronze up my face and give me a little bit of dimension. Then after the bronzer, I just picked up some blush from my Tarte Makeup Shayla palette. I love this blush because it's not too powerful. It's just enough to give you a little bit of pigment, a little flush of color to the cheeks, and I like the tone of it because it goes with basically any eye look, which is a plus because, blush can be very tricky. Next, I am totally out of frame, so my bad, sorry about that. I'm taking a NYX white liner, and I'm using that just right in the waterline. I love the look of it. It just instantly takes your eyes to the next level and you look wide awake. So I got the liner in. Next, I'm just taking another flat brush and I'm going in with the color Real Gar. I love the look of just adding a little bit of color on the lash line. This is a great way to add a pop of color and also to line your eyes, again, without it being too harsh. I think for me personally, this is what ties the look together and it helps to keep it nice and warm looking. Next, I'm going to grab my NYX lip pencil. I feel like this is, if it's just a shade brown or cafe, I can't remember, but I've known this for a while. I do it on my clients, but I never do it on me. Lining your lips is so life-changing. I did it today on this look and then on some other looks that I've been doing, and it just really takes your lipstick game to a whole nother level. So if you're not someone that lines your lips, especially if you're going to be using a traditional lipstick, please do, because it just contours the lips. It makes it look so bomb. And of course, I'm using my ever so favorite lipstick, MAC by Taupe. And that is going to complete the look. I hope that you guys like this look. I wanted to keep it simple for you. Let me know if it's simple. If you guys enjoyed this look, subscribe, leave me comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.